Hey, Mark Arskowitz again here from Try Gable Farm. Now you probably also already saw the video on the cost sharing of buying shares in these classes, and you're probably already into the idea of doing this. All right, and I also made another little video about the actual classes that we're offering, the first 3 that we're piloting. This one's going to go a little bit longer. Okay, so I'm not setting my timer for this. It's just going to take as long as it takes. And what I'd like to do is take you on a little tour of the website so that you can see kind of how you can register, and also maybe you want to hear me talk through, instead of just reading the text of the nitty gritty of what to expect and how to register, and reserve your seats. So let's go there. So this is our site, Try Gable Farm LLC, trygablee.com, and we've got this tab right here. This is where you're going to be, like, navigation wise, the live class club. That's what we're branding this right now. That brings you here to this landing page. This landing page, as we scroll on down, it's going to have all of the basic information that you need to know, everything kind of broken down for you. And then at the very bottom, you're going to actually be able to click on these and register for classes, reserving the shares that you want. 1 share, 2 shares, 3 shares, of however many classes that you want. Mix and match. Now, as you mix and match them, I'm just going to go backwards through this. As you mix and match and buy shares, we have the prices change. So what happens is that, like, if you get like 6 shares of different classes, maybe you got 2 shares of each of the 3 classes. 2 times 3, that's 6. Now you're not going to pay $125 for each of those shares per share. You're now up into this bracket where you're going to be paying only $99 per share. In order to get that, you can use this code when you go to checkout, and it automatically applies and locks it in. It only works when you have between that many classes reserved. And the same thing happens as you go up this. Now, if we keep looking at this table, this just kind of breaks it down. As compared to a regular class, if somebody were to take the class with me, just like join in through if they're just a regular citizen, found our site, and took an on-demand or a live class with me, I tend to charge $30 to $40 per class, per person, per class. And people have been willing to pay that, and they get all the benefits. They get the recordings afterwards. However, when we sometimes do these presentations for libraries and for garden clubs and for private businesses that hire us to come out or to do a live session just for them, that tends to be something where the price tag tends to be $300 to $600. And that comes down to, with a group of about 30 or so, that comes down to a price of $10 per person to like $20 per person, versus, like, again, the $30 per person if they take it for, at my site. Now, so here's the thing, is that you're buying in bulk, and you're not just buying in bulk on your own, you're buying in bulk with other people. This is trust in the system that you found this, and other people are going to find this, and we're going to trust that you're going to pass this on to another local library, another garden club, another business, and that the classes are going to get sold out together because you help to promote them and help to get them sold. And so here's the thing, is if you trust the other group, you could be the organizer that says, hey, how many shares do you want me to reserve for you? Okay, I'll reserve that many, and I'll reserve this many, and you let me know, and I'll invoice each one of you individually for the discounted price. So let's go back to the site here. So as we look at that, if you're part of a consortium of like 10 libraries, well, bam, if each of you wants to register for 1 class and get 1 share each, then right there you're already at a greater discount. Maybe the state, wants to work together. There's like a much bigger organization. They want to pool together some money. Well, so here's the thing, is that, like, again, there's buying power here if you can work together, if you can pass it around. So there's the discount codes. If you want to just call me, that's fine. You can call me, and we can email or go back and forth and set up the pricing. So here's the thing. As we look at this, I want this to get better. There's a link to a Google form right up here. Let's just make sure. Oh yeah, or there's a link to a Google form right up here where you can tell me what other things would you like offered. Go ahead, let me know. Give me feedback to make this better. You got a name drop in there. Somebody who's amazing at presenting digitally, online and everything. go ahead, give me their information. I'd love to reach out to them and see if we can make things work and get them into other places at a lower price. This video is going to be gone. I made this 13 minutes long video, and my wife is like, that ain't going to work, so this is going to be edited out. But we're going to have a collection of little videos here that just kind of go over it. Let's talk about what is a share. So you probably already get it. One share gets you 25 seats. So let's say you're a big organization, a big library, and like that like you're going to have 500 people who might be interested in starting a garden. Well, there you go. 500 divided by 25. The math is right there. You just figure out how many shares you would like to reserve, or maybe what happens is like you end up initially getting like 10 shares. Or you initially get one share, but then you're like, wow, this is really popular. I think I could justify another share. Right there. It's sold in bundles, and 2 days before the class, I'm going to make the call as to like how big do I need to make the class and everything. So you pretty much have up until 2 days before the class starts to figure that out. Of course, early registration is preferred because it helps me figure things out earlier as well. Plus, here's the thing: is that you get one seat just for you. You're helping to organize this. So you get 25 seats per share plus one free seat for the person who's organizing this. Now that's for quality control so that you can tune in. You're the one who's organizing this. You bought a couple shares for your library. You want to make sure that you're giving out quality program. You get to sit in on this. Now, if you bought 2 shares, that means you get 2 of those free seats. That means you and another person, maybe employee of the library or whatever, you get to hang out for free. Now, how does the sharing system like work as far as like getting information? So let's go back to the website here. So the process is one where I know I'm reading through this, but I'm also talking through it. If when in doubt, if you're like not sure with working through the website, just go ahead, give me a call, a text, or an email. I've got a day job, so I'll get back to you a little later. Email's great for that kind of stuff, but the thing is that like I want to help you get the shares that you want, the number of seats that you need. You can reserve the seats right through the website. I'll actually do a click-by-click playthrough of how you get that. And at the end, if you have a company credit card or whatever, and you can pay right there, sure, you can pay right there. Or you can just choose to invoice. Now, I know that things are flexible, and sometimes maybe you're working with a group of people and there's 3 people and I need to invoice 3 people. Well, you're going to let me know that. In the follow-up, I'll reach out to you. You'll tell me, hey, all right, make one invoice out for this many shares to this person. And so we will work together to get the prices down and to give you discounts for buying volume of seats, buying a volume of seats. So here, let's go back. So here's another thing. You control the registration. This is very important. As I talk to different libraries, now I know this goes for businesses and everything. The librarians, I wanted to offer, I pitched it initial to a couple librarians. They're like, this ain't going to work. Because what I pitched to them was an idea where like I would say, hey, here, you just send me people and tell them to register at my site. And they were like, no, that's not going to work because then we're not protecting people's privacy and stuff like that. So what I'm offering here is that, yeah, you control who's going to actually get access to your seats, to your shares. Now, this is a big trust thing. So I need this to work and you need this to work. The whole system shuts down if we have some people who send out the seats to too many people, more than they reserved. So it's a trust factor. I'm going to email you all of the links, not only to each of the 4 sessions for the class, but also all of the documents that go with it, the stuff, the recordings afterwards, so people can access it. There's going to be a big template of stuff that you're going to receive, and you are just going to forward that on to your email list that you've created. And that email list is of all of the people that you know are interested in this. So on your end, yes, it's going to take a little bit of work finding out, okay, you're interested in this? Okay, yeah, you and you and you. Or you send out an email to your group and say, hey, who's interested in this? Let me know. And then you just bank that. And then when I send you the information after you've reserved your seats, you send them everything they need to know. It really is as easy as that. And then it's up to them to join in on the live session or to see the recordings afterwards. And so that's it. It really is, boom, 1, 2, 3 steps. And then what comes with each class? Yeah, it's going to be a live webinar broken into 4 1-hour sessions. So when we think through that, it's going to be about 45 minutes of teaching, of new learning, and it's going to go at a slower pace than typically how I teach a class, because we are really trying to make this accessible to people to everybody that we can, and by slowing down, I know that automatically makes it easier for everybody to learn. It gives pause and allows time for people to think and maybe ask questions in the live session. Gives people time to jot notes down. And so the pace is going to be something that matches that. Now, I will also give you advertising documents. Now, in the sense that these are going to be things that you can cut and paste and put into your newsletter, that you can put on your website. That I'm trying to make it really easy. I've already worked with libraries in the past who are like, hey, can you give us a blurb? Yep. I'm just telling you up front, I'm going to give you a blurb and pictures that you can use, and you can use as many of them as you want or as little as you want. You also have my permission just to use anything that's from my website. If you're like, I want to use more, you can steal it from my website. That's fine. As we keep looking, I'm going to give you links to resources and handouts. All of the presentations have handouts for future learning and to take their learning further, and also just to document the key points of what we talked about in class and maybe define some of the things we talked about in class. Remember, I'm a certified teacher, and many of the people who work with me, they're certified teachers. Like it's not just people interested in teaching things. We are people who are trained to teach. So if there's a slideshow, you'll get access to that, a digital slideshow, and of course the recordings afterwards. Right now, again, we're offering just these 3 classes as a pilot. I have a feeling if these fill up within a week, I know I am automatically going to be just investing in saying, okay, yeah, April, May, June, and I'm going to create a whole new catalog. I'm going to reach out to my people who have been sitting on the sidelines waiting to see how this works. Now let's just go right to the bottom of the page here. As we go to the bottom of the page, this is where you can click on each class. And so let's say I want to go to this class. This is the Get Your Garden On class. I can read about it. And see if people are interested in this, and then we got the process stuff is all here again. There's a little fine print towards the end if you want to read that about the classes. Nothing scary, but then again, basically, how do you reserve your classes? This is finally the end here, which is you add it to your cart. Once you add it to your cart, up on the side over there, it's going to show you a summary of what do you have in your cart right now. In my cart, I have four shares of this beekeeping class. Well, maybe, you know what, maybe I got 50 people who are interested in that. I got 50 people interested in gardening, and I got one person, one set of 25 people interested in the mushroom growing class. So I've already kind of surveyed my people, and I know who's interested in what. Now, right now it says that it's going to be $625. Now it's not, because remember, there's going to be a discount, and the discount code for this one, between if I buy between 5 to 8 shares, is that I use the code. Let's go to checkout. Let's see it. Bump, 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 bump. Is that there was an old code in here? That one. Let's see, is it working right now? Yeah, it is working, but let's say that code wasn't in there. The code is Live Class Club, and this one is in the bracket of $99 per class, not the full $125, because we're able to kind of buy in bulk. We got a total of 5 or more classes. And remember, there's a whole table in the beginning that explains if you get 9 or more classes, that's the next one. If you get 21 or more shares, not classes, but shares, and the price just keeps going down as we apply that code. It goes from $625 to $495. It's like bam, savings. You gotta love it. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for watching this longer video that kind of walks you through the share process. But it's also a little bit of like the how can you make this work. I really encourage you to share about these shares. Let other groups know by passing on these videos, passing on the link to the website. I know that's like shameless plugging, but it's going to help you get your own prices down, especially if you can work with them and say, hey, what are you interested in? What can you get approved on your end? Okay, I'll reserve that many. Okay, you want 1 share of the gardening and 2 of the beekeeping. Okay, and then you want, okay, you just one of the mushroom growing. You think that's you just want to try one out. Okay, fine. And then you pull them all together, and everybody's prices are down. And then on my end, you let me know who to send invoices to. We'll work it out. It's no big deal. And I will send invoices to them and them and them. Pay within 30 days of the start of the class. So like after the start of the class. That means you get to basically see the whole class, see its value, and on your end, the bookkeepers making sure that they send their payment within 30 days from the start of the class, and we're golden. All right, join. Let's do it. Let's learn.